on the hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. Federal officials say although a federal judge struck down the CDC's mask mandate for transit systems nationwide, masks should stay on.
This is obviously a disappointing decision.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
The CDC continues recommending wearing a mask in public transit.
But what to do now? CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg.
The ruling has set off a mad scramble in the executive suites of U.S. airlines as they're trying to navigate a response to travelers. Right now, no official guidance, but a response is expected soon. One possibility, airlines could make wearing masks optional, effective immediately.
Now to the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia's large-scale offensive in the eastern Donbas region has now begun. We will fight and defend ourselves, he says. Our Chris Livesay is in the region.
Moscow may be mobilizing in the east, but it can still strike in the west or wherever it wants, for that matter, by air. And that's one thing Moscow is clearly out to prove. Russia is increasing its attacks on Kyiv as well, this following an abrupt retreat from here and around the region after Ukraine beat them back against all odds.
As for the U.S. helping Ukraine, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says new weaponry is heading over.
It is true that we believe we'll be able to begin a process of training Ukrainian armed forces on the howitzers that will be shortly heading over. That training will occur outside of Ukraine.
Time is running out to file federal tax returns.
The deadline to settle up with Uncle Sam is midnight tonight.
If you can't file for some reason, whether you're missing forms, missing documentation, or you just don't want to get around to it, you should absolutely file an extension.
CPA John Terrio says if you don't pay today, you're going to owe more than you otherwise would have.
You'll be subject to penalties and interest.
Now, if you're due a refund from the federal government, you are not penalized for not filing on time. Dave Cohen for CBS News, New Orleans.
Runners from Kenya have won the men's and women's divisions of the Boston Marathon.
The competition for the women's title was fierce almost till the end, when an Olympic gold medalist won the 26.2-mile race.
A battle. Paris Cheer wins the Boston Marathon.
2:21:02 unofficially.
Evans Chebet pulled away with about 4 miles to go to win the men's race in 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 51 seconds, 30 seconds ahead of the second-place finisher, Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Those cuts courtesy of WBZ TV in Boston. The Dow today lost 40 points. The Nasdaq was down 19. S&P down as well, but only by a fraction. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.